Hug the other wall, hug the other wall. Yes! I did it! Screw you, bombs! Guys, it's Friday, so we're back with another episode of the Talos Principle. And last we left off, we were kind of navigating through this maze and got blown up. So, let's pick up where we were before. Starting with you, I think, need to go up here first. Because one of the first things I need to do is get to those keys. And let's get you over to that one. Whoop. Thank goodness there is no drop damage whatsoever in this game. Alright, keys are grabbed. And I can... Now with this one there's a lot of back and forth. Because I have to keep going up to there and adjusting that. And there is also you here, which I could go ahead and do you there. Unlock you. Oh yeah, and this is where we found some of our little QR code things from last time. So, let's see, we could probably redo a couple of things here. Starting with the fact that I don't really need you keeping that gate open anymore. So I think I'll take this one and maybe make it jam that guy. So then I could take this one with me. Come on, buddy, we're going on an adventure. Now the tricky part gets to be these guys. Because I kind of cannot go... Whoop. A little bit too close to the door there. I was gonna say, I really can't go between them. So let me see what else I can do from out here. Because the problem is I can't take either of these guys in with me. So let's see, which one were you on? You're on that. Now the tricky part is I still need one to keep those doors open. But I'm kind of curious what's over on this side if I go that way. Okay, I think I see what I'm supposed to do. Screw you, you can't get me over here, you bomby bastard. Okay. So, I think I've got it now. So... let's go back and grab our buddy out from in here. Got the right idea, I'm just going a little bit too far ahead. I'll just leave you here for now. And I'll reposition one of you guys. There, put you there. And yoink! And I can probably... I wonder, I could probably jam you. I could either jam you from in here... or it feels like what I meant to do is jam one of these guys. So that way I can actually get through. Let me try that. And let's just try you, just for the sake of experimentation. You don't really learn until you try a bunch of different things, you know? Okay, and then I'll point you back over to here. You still got... well... Then that gets me the next question. How do I get back through? Because there's another gate through there. See, this is the part where I keep getting stumped. Because that answers the question of how do I get through. But how do I do this so that I don't have to keep coming back and forth. Because it feels like I need to... Almost feels like I need a fourth one at this point. Let me open you back up. And... Wait. I think I see something. I want to try something real quick. If I put both of you here... I'm wondering... Am I able to... Waiting for that other bomb. Nope. I thought for a second maybe I could get the bomb, but it looks like that's through the gate, so that won't work. Leave you here for now while I go check something out. Maybe it's enough that I've got a... It'll be enough that I can get enough space going between them. There. So let's leave you there. And then... But then how do I get back through the gate is the question. Because once I have that jammed... I still need one of you here to do that. And then I need... Come on. Need the other one for the other gate. Is this gonna be good enough? Okay, whoop. It is. I'm just gonna have to move with extreme caution. Oh, you go away. Shoo. Nobody likes you. Nobody's ever gonna come to your birthday parties. Too bad I can't take you with me. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, okay, made it through, made it through. Okay, so that is possible. Alright. Theory confirmed. Now I think I just need to do the same thing over here. Oh, but then the question becomes, how do I get back around? Because I'll still need to get into the gate over there. Shut up! Is there any, like, switch or lever or anything I can pull in here? Nope, it's just the one gate. Whoop, gotta run back. At least I think I'm finally getting on the right track, though, so I think... Next step is I need to get these guys off rhythm from each other. Oh, go away, go away, go away. Alright, so let me give that a try. I think I could just do that with one of the ones at the top. But again, the question gets to be... How can I get through, then? I'll let that one get a bit further ahead. Okay, I've got you pretty off rhythm now. So if I do it that way... Then... Yeah, then I've got... that gate blocked now. So then how do I get through if that's the case? Because I can't take the other one with me. Because I need that one inside to block one of those, to block that gate. Let me go in and just grab it so I can experiment with some things real quick. Now that I've gotten a little bit of progress made. Because well, maybe from up here I could do it. Because yes, I could block that one from here with this. But then I have no way to get through over there. I've got 3 jammers. Do I just kind of do a bit of back and... Wait. Oh. Okay, I think I'm getting something. Okay. Let me cook. Okay. So I could do you. And then, which one are you on? You're on that one, so let me move you real quick. Let's use you for that one. Okay, yeah, you were on the right one. And then we go through here. Take you. And then I need to jam you from the other side. And then I can move you around to there. I can take you. Let me just go ahead and get you pointed this way. Just make sure. Okay, yep, I had that right. Okay. So let's give that a try. So I can point you there, I can go back through here, grab you, use you. Let the Splody boys do their thing. Let them be jerks. Go away. Shoo. Go. Just hug the wall. Hug the walls. Go away. Shoo. And I think I got it. I just gotta not die on this part. Hug the other wall. Hug the other wall. Yes! I did it! Screw you, bombs! Don't get me, don't get me, don't get me. Okay, I did not want to meet instant karma for saying that. Okay, that one took a little bit, but I finally got it. Oh my gosh. Ugh, that was fun. Let's see, one with faith. I've come to see that these mysteries are not all for his children to solve. Only the designer himself could ever truly understand the infinite complexity of his creation. I will gaze at his work in worship. Alright then. Let's see. Don't hear the computer beeping, so I think we're still good. You were next. Oh wait, are you the one I need the fan to get? Oh, I don't have that yet. You need a special device. Yeah, that's the message I left on that one. Yep. Okay. So, minus that one, I believe that is all of them. Yeah, that one's done. This one you also need the fan for. Alright, so then, yep, that is everything here. Let's see. Yeah, that was the message my friend left. Alright, then back through the portal we go. Time to take on a new one. At least until we get enough points to get that stupid fan thing. So, let's move on to number 3.
I have promised you eternal life. But know that eternity may only be attained by those who serve a purpose greater than themselves. All else is decay. So it was written in the hidden words before the beginning of time.
Okay then. That's ominous. Thanks, Dad. Alright, let's see what messages we got to play with this time. Progress, Rep 9. From Bob to something nomadics. Ian mailing list, progress report 9. The basic skeleton of the simulation is now running on EL. It's not plugged into the AI system yet, but in theory, everything is ready. I guess the next step is to test whether the generated scenarios make sense. Or do we wait for the iteration module to something? Alright, Osiris 3. The first wisdom, the scribe said to the dying man, is that as the world is made of 5 elements, one, so is the soul of man. Know therefore that in this life you are heart and shadow and name, and also Ka and Ba. Without all these, you would not be a living being, but a thing. What is a man without a name who cannot speak of himself? What is a man without a shadow who is not anchored in the world? What is a man without a heart who can neither feel nor think? What is a man without a Ka who has no essence? What is a man without a Ba who is not himself but like unformed clay? Therefore praise Osiris, the king of eternity, the lord of everlastingness, the eldest son of the womb of Nut, he who traverses millions of years in his existence. And here the translator is clearly inserting his own beliefs onto the text as something something. I like how they're working in the different religions and mythologies. It's interesting to see all the different perspectives on them. Just War excerpt. Democrates altar or on the just cause for war against the Indians by Juan Guinness de Sepulveda. Written in 1547 to justify the Spanish conquest of the Americas. The Spanish have a perfect right to rule these barbarians of the New World, who in humanity are as inferior to the Spanish as children are to adults, or women are to men, for there exists between the two as great a difference as, I might even say, between apes and men. Ah, when you read those old texts that would get people punched in the face nowadays, and rightfully so. Compare, then, these gifts with those possessed by these half-men, in whom you will barely find the vestiges of humanity, who not only do not possess any learning at all, but are not even literate and eat human flesh. Therefore, if you wish to reduce them, I do not say to our domination, but to a servitude a little less harsh. It will not be difficult for them to change their masters. Yikes. Big yikes. Okay, it was also kind of hard to read with the constant whooshing of the freaking wind around here. Like, seriously, you can call this a paradise, yet you make sandstorms blow around constantly? I don't know how much of a paradise that is, Dad. I need the fan for that one. Any notes hidden anywhere? Not really seeing any. I guess we'll just work our way around. Oh, secret computer. What are you doing here, buddy? Body and soul. Huh. But it is commonly supposed that the Egyptians believed the soul to live as long as the body continued undissolved, and therefore tried this method of eluding death. Could the wise Egyptians, said Nikaya, think so grossly of the soul? If the soul could once survive its separation, what could it afterwards receive or suffer from the body? The Egyptians would doubtless think erroneously, said the astronomer, in the darkness of heathenism and the first dawn of philosophy. The nature of the soul is still disputed amidst all our opportunities of clearer knowledge. Some yet say that it may be material, who, nevertheless, believe it to be immortal. Good. Honestly, that has been a heated point of debate for so long. It even still is today among certain groups. What does happen to the soul after you die, and does it survive and sustain itself without a body? And this is about Soma. From Sun Wei Yang. Arcady... Turn a chat to Arcady subject names. Names are a funny thing. I remember how much we struggled to come up with a name for our project. All serious scientists name their projects by just translating them to Greek or Latin, right? Corpus made me think of some horrible disease. So we used the Greek word instead. Soma. Quite appropriate. But then, since we needed corporate funding, we had to come up with a backronym. Corporations love backronyms, you know? They even set up a list of buzzword-heavy suggestions to help us get started. Stuff like self-sufficient, orthostatic, modular, android, sustainable, observant, mechanized, anthropoid, Skeuomorphic, omni-adaptable, mobile, that last one's a tongue twister, anthropomaton. After a while, we got so frustrated that we started getting silly. Saber-toothed, overexcited murder android. Sentient, orthopedic, monkey automaton. Strange Olga's menacing ass sassabot. Superb octodad marinades of hellings. Satisfying overcooked mint alligator. Stinky ornithological mule allocator. Skroink oof minky ah. That's a real winner right there. Stupid, obscure, meaningless acronym. Most appropriate one there. In the end, we all ended up hating the name Soma just because we had so many fights about it with the sponsors. So when Alexandra told that story about the Talos principle, screw it, it caught on. I don't know whether it really fits, but I kind of like it. Okay. More lore, more backstory. Hidden secrets. I don't know hidden papers or anything. It's actually one of the emptier areas so far. Normally we see like a ton of hidden notes and all that everywhere. Aha! Paint. Where is a good place to leave it? Because I feel like over here it probably wouldn't get noticed too much. Let's see. Where's a good spot? Okay, so everybody's kind of leaving all their stuff over here. Theory, this place is some kind of preserve for human history and we're the endangered species. Theory, trying to find answers will only bring pain. Ceasing to care is the only escape. Theory, this guy's 10 times more help than you, Samsara, so shut your face. Theory, we're in some kind of incubator waiting to be hatched. Theory, if you knew how little you know, you wouldn't be exposing it here. It is very tempting to leave it there with the others, but I kind of want to leave it over by the secret computer area. Kind of like a little, hey, you found this sort of thing. Oh. I can't put it on that. Okay, I think I'm starting to see why there's not more stuff around here. There's not really a lot of surfaces where you can leave it. Well, guess I'll leave mine over by here. Kinda wish I could put it on the statues. That'd be fun. Yeah, sure. Let's leave it by the gate here. Let's see. Frogs are people too. Certification program is a sham. What's a computer know about humanity? Let's see. Am I going crazy or do the computer terminals have a personality? There we go. Is this one we need the fan for? I swear every freaking thing needs that fan here. I might need to just go back to the first batch of worlds. And, nope, you need the fan too. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to go back at this point, because I'm keep running into these blocks. So, I imagine that last piece I need for the fan has got to be somewhere over there, right? That way. That's some sort of play button? And you're the fan that I need. Okay, so let's go back out. And I might just go ahead and cut till I get to the next batch of puzzles so you guys don't have to watch me travel all that way. So I'll be right back. Guys, we're back at the original area now, so let's go ahead and jump into set number 6. Honestly, I think I might just go back through and finish up this area before I keep going with the other ones. First, let's see what's on this little computer buddy. LOL. I'm kind of curious, when you guys see that, do you automatically think LOL or do you think LOL? seems to be kind of a generational thing, depending on who you ask, so I'm genuinely curious. But it's from J.E. Harrison to Nomi77. Ever since we moved to the new site, I feel funny. No, not in that way. Just, I feel like I'm about to start laughing at random. It's probably shock, right? An inability to deal with reality. Or maybe it's just that we're working in this insane place with this insane technology on this insane project, and I feel so I feel like a genuine mad scientist. Stand aside, mortals! We will create life by the power of science! I mentioned this to Alex, and she got me a pair of fake glasses. You can't even be a mad scientist without glasses, she said. Even Ian Malcolm had glasses. And I pointed at Elle and said, life, finds a way. Maybe I had to be there. Good reference, though. J.E. Harrison, Institute for Applied Nomadics. Any emails sent from this address are to be considered confidential. Sharing or forwarding without permission may result in prosecution by the enraged spirit of Jeff Goldblum. I do like that these scientists at least had a sense of humor about them. Cicero. Shall the industrious husbandman then plant trees, the fruit of which he shall never see? And shall not the great man found laws, institutions, and a republic? What does the procreation of children imply, and our care to continue our names, and our adoptions, and our scrupulous exactness in drawing up wills, and the inscriptions on monuments and panegyrics? But that our thoughts run on futurity. Cannot retreat, Tusculan disputations. What do you imagine that so many and such great men of our republic who have sacrificed their lives for its good expected? Do you believe that they thought that their names should not continue beyond their lives? None ever encountered death for their country but under a firm persuasion of immortality. Themistocles might have lived at his ease, so might Epaminondas, Nondus. And not to look abroad and among the ancients for instances, so might I myself. But somehow or other there clings to our minds a certain presage of future ages, and this both exists most firmly and appears most clearly in men of the loftiest genius and greatest souls. Take away this, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst toils and dangers? Okay, that's... I've heard of, honestly, the only time I've heard of the name Cicero is actually, I'm a big musical fan. So, in the Cell Block Tango, if you ever hear that song, it's great. There's the one, basically it's a song about a bunch of convicted women in a women's prison, singing about how they ended up there, usually have to do with killing their husbands or boyfriends. And there's this one who's an acrobatic, and she has a double act with her sister, and her husband travels around with them. So one night, her sister, and her husband are at the Hotel Cicero, getting drunk, having a good time, and then they run out of ice. She goes out to get some, and she comes back, and they're, in her words, doing number 17. The spread eagle. And, she said she was in a state of shock. She blacked out and couldn't remember a thing until she was washing the blood off of her hands. So one of the recurring things for the song is that when it starts up and when it ends, and kind of at the height of the big crescendo moment of the song, you'll have each of the women repeating a word that has to do with how they got arrested. And so for hers, the word that she repeats is Cicero. So it's interesting to have a little bit of context for where the name comes from. Let's see, chatbots. Jenny77 to Nigel Pajamas. And Vegan Warrior. Nice names. Chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Very relevant in this day and age. True, but hardly relevant to this discussion. Are you sure? How do you know that I'm not a bot? Sam Schwartz. Don't be ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. Honestly, how would you know? Haha, troll. I'm not a troll. You're right. Is there anything I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I responded to simple insults like ridiculous and troll with very basic negations. And I directed that none of you use proper orthography, so I also avoided capitalization. What's the capital of France? Paris. Even the simplest script could pull that info from the net. What's the capital of Croatia? Zagreb. Okay, she's a bot, lol. I'm not a bot, I'm European. We learn these things in school. I've seen you in this chat room many times. Bots can't participate in discussions. At best, they can interject random comments. Sam is right. Stop trolling. Vegan Warrior? Sam is a bot. That's funny. Honestly, though, that's very true. There are some extremely sophisticated bots out there. Especially nowadays, they've gotten even better than when this game was made, so that is crazy to think about how far ahead this game really was. Oh, I hear secret computer. Where are you hiding at? Are you up top or behind the walls somewhere, I would guess? Interesting. I'll have to take a look for that as I go around. Okay. Sneak around to you. You're kind of just there to be a pain, aren't you? Oops. Don't have the keys for you. Oh, and there's a gun waiting on the other side. Fantastic! I love that for me. Okay. Can I run around you? The answer is yes. Okay. At least there's a jammer here, so I got something to work with. Nothing hiding back in here, it seems, except another glitch. So... what if... Okay, imagine from here is where I'm supposed to block off the other one. Sneak around you first. Get the bomb trapped in there for a bit. So I got some space to work. Alright. Pieces in there, so now I gotta go around. And imagine I gotta get past you now, don't I? Go ahead and turn you off so I don't have to deal with that headache. Okay. Oh, you're pretty easy to deal with. Okay, so then I can just turn you off and go back and get the jammer. Wink. Whoop, 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 whoop. Please do not shoot me. There. Okay. Okay, that one was pretty easy. Now, where is that computer beeping at? Where are you? Are you outside of the door, maybe? Huh. That is gonna drive me crazy. I gotta remember to take a look for that before I leave. There's another one over that way, though, so I'll check it out in a bit. Alright. Ooh, this is another one of the tricky levels. Let's see how many times I die here. Yep. That's where I can look for answers. Okay. I've got some lasers to move around. Okay, I've got you, at least. And so far, you're the only one. So, let's see what you do. Okay. Ah. I get it. And to you. This feels deceptively easy, and I am concerned by it. Because there's gotta be a reason that I'm able to go this way. Oh, I think I get it. Alright, so let's see what all I can rework. Because that opens up to that. That'll shut all of them off. Let's see. Let's at least start with that. Get you back open for now. I at least want to see what where this path takes me. So what do you give me? So I could open you back up that way. Oh, there's another one of you hiding here. Okay, okay. Okay, let's get you. And then you. And then I imagine I don't really need... okay, I do need you still. Okay, but I guess the question then gets to be... At what point do I not need one of you anymore? Where can I break the chain? Or actually... No, because if I break that one and turn it purple, that'll close the door. So I was saying, this felt like it was going way too easily. Okay. So I need to have that door open. I'm trying to tell it basically if this is a red herring or not. Like I said, let me go back and see what's the first one I could do. I guess technically I don't need... Well, no, I do need that, because I need that door to stay open so I can get... Well, because yeah, if I go back out through here... Maybe? What's the furthest out I can go from that? I wonder... You know what? I want to try something. I can actually go pretty far that way, so let me go back and try that. Oh, darn it, I was stupid. I left that. I shouldn't have done that. Let me go back and grab my thing first, but I think I've got the right idea. Because I'm wondering if maybe this is... kind of a red herring thing. Because if I can do this, go this way, then I could take you, because I don't really need you open anymore. But wait, then it becomes the issue of I can't close that door, or I'll cut off my chain reaction. Because, yeah, I can't go around this way. Aside from this issue with because aside from this one issue in regards to these guys, it feels like this should work. And I might just be overthinking it a little bit too much. Like, maybe if I move them a little bit. Let's see, let me just experiment with some stuff. Just like, what's the closest I can... Or I guess, what's the farthest back I can go with this? No. I guess that wouldn't work then. Because for you, no matter which way I go here, I feel like it's gonna get... Yeah, oops. Yeah, that feels like that's the closest I could possibly get that. So then, just for an experiment. Yeah, that's the closest I could get to that wall with it. So then I've still got you. I could go to you like this. Because I don't think it's gonna work trying to go around that way. Wait a minute. Aha! I think I get it. I was just being stupid. I know, nothing new. Because what if I put you here, take you up to here, okay, I think I've got the right idea, but the wrong connector. So, I can do you, I can do you, then I can do you. Haha! Victory, sucker! Suck it! Woo! I am on a roll with these now. Alright, let's go check out our computer buddy, and I think I got time for one more challenge afterwards. Alright, let's see what we got. Simple Principle HTML. Though Stratton himself never used the term, his remark about the inescapable materiality of life, that like the bronze giant Talos, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood, ultimately became known as the Talos Principle. What seemingly enraged many of his contemporaries and a significant number of later thinkers is the principle's simplicity and unassailability, which, according to a fragment found in Miletus, cut through the rhetorical webs which sought to tangle the listener with fanciful words and thoughts of the heavens, like Alexander's sword through the Gordian knot. Diogenes Laertius makes mention of a dialogue by Anaximander of Chalcedon that expanded greatly on the Talos principle, but that work remains lost. Okay. Another journal. Officially began work on Archive today. Contributors found from every country on Earth while network connection lasts. Team intimidated by project scope but working hard. We'll be sharing space with Drennan and Sarabai team. Look forward to meeting them. And comments on a post. 12 comments. Cheeseman 22 first. And Dragon Fairy. Seriously, Cheeseman? That was the best you could say? Lol. The Philosopher Queen. A great snapshot of the human species at its best and its worst. At its worst? Come on, it's just a comment. I'm not Stalin. The Infinite Monkey. Stalin was also a troll commenter. Would that really surprise anybody? Maybe you should cut out the jokes. This is serious. The most serious thing that's ever happened. I think that's a great reason to joke around. The internet's working less and less. Goodbye, all. Bye. God bless you. Last. Oh. That was funny, and then it got really sad. Which, you know, appropriate for the end of the world. Ooh, paint. I wonder what messages I could hide and where. Okay. I do find it a little annoying that I can't paint on the half walls. I feel like they'd be a cool spot to leave a message. I feel like I could... Nope, can't do anything on that one. Okay. Ooh, what about over here? I have no idea what's going on. Frogs are people. Certification process a sham. Lied about the tower. Now, travel this land extensively, and I can say without hesitation that this is the most beautiful spot. Okay. Alright, let's... Oh no, it's another red one. Okay, there's another way to seek counsel here if I get stuck. This is a great start. Okay, let's see. How far back can I go from you and still have a connection? Answer is not that far. Feel like... Yeah, I think this is about the furthest out I can go. So at least I can, hopefully that should be enough to get my purple connection going. I kind of want to see what'll happen when I do this. Because at least this way, this gives me a better way to do the purple. Oh. I messed that up. Okay. So... So what happened? Can I do both of them? I wonder. Okay, I can. Cool. So then... I need to be able to leave the purple one here, is the tricky part. Okay. So at least now I have a better idea. The question gets to be, how can I do this when taking it down automatically breaks it? Because it feels like that's what you're supposed to be able to do, is once you have this open... Whoops. Then the wave delays are too long. But it feels like now that I have this open, I should be able to take one of those and move it, you know? But if I take this one, then that gate's gonna close. And I can't really move the purples until I take care of that. Because this one I know is gonna be... This is the easy part. This is just bam, bam, there. And then I could do the third one if I wanted to. But... wonder... Okay, I can still do that from here. That part's pretty easy. Only thing that's gonna happen is when I break the purple laser, then that door will close. Because that's the big problem there. That I lose access to that. I feel like I'm overthinking it again. And it annoys me because I feel like it's probably much easier than I'm making it. And that's always the most annoying part of this for me, is that I overthink this. Let's see, what does it say? Alright. And as usual, the Seeking Council is no help whatsoever. Why do we even have you? I wonder... Because you are only useful for opening this door. So, but if I move either of those, then that door will close. Because yeah, it's right there. I just need something I can put onto the frickin' pedestal. Because you're an annoying little piece of junk. And I want to smash you into a brick wall. Why do you guys have to be so annoying about all of this? I wonder, can I take you and just... Oh yeah, but that doesn't really do me any good. Well, I managed to make them spaz out successfully. At least that brought me some joy in this aggravating time. Yeah, because there's not really anywhere I can climb up to put these on. Can't put these up top anywhere. Because I feel like that would make my life so much easier, would be if I could just climb up top. But no! I have stupid, janky robot legs that can't do anything. I might have to admit defeat on this one for now. And that annoys me, because I'm pretty sure it's easy and I'm just overthinking it. Because seriously, it feels like this should be easy once I have this. Even if I open that, I can't see around the corner there. And if I move that through here, then it's gonna break the chain, and I'm gonna lose both lasers again. Yep, I'm just gonna have to call it here and try this puzzle next time. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Aw, you came over already? Don't worry, there's always more fun to be had later. If you enjoyed your stay, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for visiting Arya's Arcade. Bye-bye!